Good morning. Just a quick update on my February finishing frenzy. For those of you who are new here, this is very much a no frills podcast. I have no editing software, so it's straight in and this is what you get. I'm coming to you from Yorkshire in England, north of England, and yeah, this is just me telling you what's been going on. So I set a goal, felt like a fairly ambitious goal, to finish all 5 of my fairly large projects before the end of the month. I showed you first of all the mild magic, and now you might have spotted, those of you who watched before, I have finished my Bauble Tea. So this is a pattern by Sarah from I Need It Crochet. It's available for free, or you can pay and get a PDF on it, so it's available on her blog. It is beautiful. I'm going to show you the whole thing now. So there it is. I absolutely love it. Really love it. One of the things about crochet, if you're making, say, like my Tour de Fleece jumper that I'm making, you typically, the patterns I have seen, you typically have a pattern, sorry, a stitch, and then that's largely what the thing is made of. So that's UK trebles, US doubles, and that's all the way through, which is fine. But this is something different. Now, as I said, that you can get the pattern for free, so sharing the details isn't going to cause any problems. So you've got some, this is a really interesting stitch. This is a double crochet, UK treble crochet through the 3rd loop. Not really done that before. There's half double crochets, half trebles in UK. There's US doubles, UK trebles, and there's this beautiful bead stitch. And you get to change between them. So, although it is a little bit see-through, you wouldn't want a whole project made of that, because you'd think, oh, I could probably see through it. But there's only sort of flashes of it, and it's not really that see-through. But you get to change what you're doing, and so it doesn't get boring. It's absolutely beautiful. I really love it. It's written for DK weight yarn, but I actually chose to hold sock yarn double, because that's what I've got a lot of. So you can see I've changed quite a lot. All the yarns I've used are on my project page on Ravelry. I need to weigh it and work out how much the whole thing weighs to see whether I can do what I'm planning, because I want to do more of these. I can definitely see lots of these in my wardrobe. I can see me doing ones with longer sleeves as well. I definitely want to do one with King Cole Riot. My daughter wants one for Christmas, and if the weights work out, I want to use my wonderful Felt Fusion Advent Calendar yarns for it, another one at Christmas. So that's Felt Fusion yarn there. There's all kinds of lovely stuff in there. It's just fabulous, fun to do, obviously very adaptable. You can have very short sleeves, short sleeve, 3/4, long. You can have it as long as you want. Mine's probably longer than most people would have it. And I've gone with the dark colours down below, because here I've got my phone, I've got my handkerchief, and my belt, and I always have these things. I wear my jeans. I'm autistic. I wear the same thing, the same trousers. I have 2 pairs of trousers at the moment. I used to have 4, one of them's wearing and one of them's washing pretty much all the time. And so I know that I always have those lumps and bumps. I don't really like the way they look, so I've just gone down with dark colours at the bottom so the lumps and bumps are covered up. It's just beautiful. Have I told you I love it? Yeah, I think I have. So I'm really excited to have finished that. I'm going to have to turn the heating up in the house and the studio to make sure I can wear it all the time. So the next thing on my hit list was Kai May, which is a sock pattern by Crochet. I've made it before for my daughter. The mistake I made there was the yarn I chose is actually this yarn, which, as you can see, is very close in colour to the skin of the person who is going to wear it, my daughter. She's very similar skin colour to me, so the pattern didn't really show. So I kind of corrected that with my pair of Sky Mays, but there's a bit too much variegation really. But here they go. I finished them just now, just literally ran the ends in a couple of minutes ago. They've not been washed, they're not blocked, they're on the blockers just to show you them. So you can see this really pretty little, is it a butterfly, is it a heart? I don't know. I've been thinking I might do a sock with my just general sock pattern, but have this down the side, running down the side like that, and then onto the foot. That would be really nice, wouldn't it? It's a really pretty pattern. Just to show I did it. There's the other one. I did try and do 2 right socks, but then I had to frog it back and make them correct, so they are now a left and a right. So it's a Crochet pattern. It's a paid for pattern, I understand. It's in a book that I have. So absolutely lovely pattern. The first is like 6.5 inches of really tedious rib, and then that, but then it all starts to be fun. It is a really fun pattern. I thought I was going to knit it again and again, but I think probably this might be me actually. I want to, as I say, use this stitch pattern again, but the yarn is Undercover Otter, and it's right here somewhere. I can grab it so that I can show it to you. Where do you suppose that might be? Under my bum? No, just right here, my owl's bag. Just for interest, I use my Annie-Lises, Xiaogu laces. I always use 2.75 millimeters for socks, doesn't matter what the pattern says. There we go. Undercover Otter from Stephen and Penelope. That's the colourway. And I have that much left, so that'll definitely be working its way into another pattern. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. So that's finished. That's number 3 of 5 finished. It's quite exciting, isn't it? And we've got until the end of February, and we're now at the 19th. Yeah, so I've still got another 9 days. So next on my hit list is this one. So this is just a pattern that I kind of cobbled together. I'll just drop something on the floor. So I'm not any further on than last time I showed you. I've got most of that sleeve done, a little bit of the body and none of this sleeve. I do have another ball, but after that it's going to get tricky because I don't have any more yarn. I've got half a 3/4 of bobbin of singles over there, but I haven't got any more fibre. That's coming from Wingham Woolworks very soon, I hope, so I can carry on with that. And other than that, all I have left is the lace, which is Wild Swan by Annie-Lise Maigaard. Sorry about the mispronunciation. There we go. So that's coming along very well. I'm doing 2 rows a day on it at the moment, and once I've finished that, or I've got that to the fleece to the place where I can't do any further, I'll just be working on this monogamously, which is a bit scary, but it is getting easier. I mean, that's the last chart. The next chart, which I'm just about to start today, looks a bit easier. Yeah, it's I'm going to give you a quick flash because obviously it's a paid pattern. Is it? No, it's not a paid pattern. It's going to be a bit easier, although there is 4 pieces on one for one. Yeah, but this is where you put all the beads in. I'm not doing beads, so it's a lot of stocking stitch, which is lovely. So that'll be finished off fairly soon. I don't think I'll have any trouble finishing those 2 by the end of February, which is brilliant. So what plans have I got for March? Gemma from Gemma B Makes podcast, she's lovely. She's with me doing a cast on ban until March, and we're going to do a bit of a mad cast on in March, but I've been thinking about what I might want to make. So I definitely want to look into something I've found that's new, just circling around on Ravelry, and I came across something called Crowhook, which is it's a crochet variant, but it uses a double-ended crochet hook, and it really in 2 colours. It makes a really interesting pattern. It looks a little bit like double-sided kind of knitting crochet in the round. But I'm going to look out today what size my double-ended, I've only got 1 double-ended crochet hook, is, and have a go at a pattern for that because it looks really interesting. And also I discovered, my friend Kathy showed me, it's a kind of freeform knitting. You may have come across freeform crochet. Crochet lends itself to that kind of madness, which is fab, but this is freeform knitting. And I wouldn't think it was possible because you've got the number of stitches you've got, but it's a pattern called the Sand Art Cowl, and we've had a quick look at it and we've decided we want to give it a go. Now, do you remember yesterday I showed you, not yesterday, whenever I last spoke to you, I showed you the yarns that I had left from my Felt Fusion advent calendar. I think they'd be perfect for it. So if you want to have a look at it on Ravelry, or it might be elsewhere as well, Sand Art Cowl, I will tell you more about that as and when I get that started, but that's probably one of the projects I want to kick off with. I definitely want to do the Macariri shawl. I'm doing that with 1 or 2 friends. I definitely want to kick off another pair of skew socks, because skew socks, you've got to have them. What am I wearing today? Got some interesting socks on today. They're nice, aren't they? So yeah, those are some plans that I've got. I thought I might kick off with 5 cast-ons. Do you watch Ange from the Yarn and Yarns podcast? I really like watching that, and she does this insane thing. It's the 12 cast-ons of Christmas. She's already got, you know, several works in progress, and 12 days over the Christmas period, she casts on a new project every single day, and it's insane. I love it. I just love watching her. She's really, really interesting, and I thought I might do a sort of a working man's version of it. A 5 days of spring crochet, a 5 days of spring cast on event. So cast on something new each day for 5 days. It's a very poor version of it, but it'll work for me. So I thought I might give that a go. So I just need to line up those 5 projects. Okay, so I did miss the day on my spinning. So this month was spinning every day target. I did miss yesterday. I felt really, really ill, and in fact I've had a COVID test this morning. I don't think I've actually got it, but I just need to rule it out because I feel really rough. I was slept all morning yesterday, 9 till 12, just conked out completely. So I didn't do any spinning, and that's the first day I haven't. So I wonder if I can show you this, which is what I've been doing the last couple of days. I have been core spinning in 2 different ways. So spinning on a pre-twisted core to make a balanced yarn that can then stand on its own, and then spinning onto a not pre-twisted core to make an energized single that I can then ply either with thread or make into little coils for art yarn. So that's going to be quite exciting. But yeah, missed out yesterday. I'm hoping not to miss out today, but I'm not putting myself under pressure. I'm obviously not well. So that's everything. Thanks for watching. I don't often remember to say this, but I really do love that when people get involved and they watch and they make comments. And you know, if you're new and you haven't watched before, give me a comment. Tell me what you think of this beautiful thing. Would you make one? What would you use? I would use leftover sock yarn. Would you use sock yarn held double? Would you use double knit? What would you use with it? I want to get some ideas because I have a feeling I'm going to make a lot of these. I really do. And yeah, if you're new, just make a comment, say hello, introduce yourself, and let's get a conversation starting. It's really good fun. Okay, have fun, happy crafting.